Hi guys, it's Stock Curry. Today we're going to talk about a bunch of different cryptocurrencies. We're going to talk about the AMC short squeeze. Well, really, it looks like more of a gamma squeeze this week. We're also going to talk about a few other stocks. Now, the reason I'm not showing my face right now is because I got a really bad sunburn on Saturday. I went outside, met up with a bunch of other storm chasers, and was just outside for way too long. Got really badly burned. So I'm just not really comfortable right now. I'm in a lot of pain and just not really able to show my face in these videos. Nonetheless, I wanted to make a video for you guys, especially since I had a migraine last week and wasn't quite able to do the full videos like I normally do. So I definitely need to get you guys caught up for Monday. So let's talk about what you guys need to know for Monday. First of all, before we get into today's stock picks, I just want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor. None of the YouTubers I analyze are financial advisors either. Nothing I talk about today is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. These are just my opinions, which may or may not be accurate. Please do your own research before investing in any asset. Now, before we get to the stock picks, let's talk about the markets this week. There's really only one big catalyst coming up this week, and that is the Fed meeting on Tuesday and Wednesday. The Fed is scheduled to make an announcement on Wednesday at 2 p.m., and it's at that speech on Wednesday where we want to listen in and find out if the Fed is going to continue to do nothing, or if the Fed has other plans to, say, cut back on their bond buybacks a little bit earlier than expected, or even raise interest rates earlier than expected. I do expect the markets to do something very similar to what they did last week, and that I expect them to be fairly flat for Monday and Tuesday, and really the beginning of Wednesday, while everybody pretty much just waits to see what the Fed is going to say. Now, we did have a big shocker on Friday last week where the CPI numbers came in higher than expected. They came in at 5%, and yet the stock market actually went up. Now, it wasn't up a ton, but it was up. And so it looks like what's happening right now is the market is starting to actually believe the Fed and say, yes, we do see these numbers as temporary. We do not see this as some long-term great inflation. And in turn, we think the Fed is just going to continue to do nothing. That's what the market is pricing in right now. So what we really have to find out on Wednesday is if that's true or not. So as big of a catalyst as Friday was, Wednesday is going to be an even bigger catalyst for the market. If the Fed comes out and they start to show signs that they are concerned about high inflation and it looks like they might raise interest rates earlier than expected, then we can expect our high growth stocks to tank. If the Fed comes out and says we're going to continue as normal, we're not making any changes, we can expect high growth stocks to continue to rise. At the same time, just keep in mind that if the Fed does not show any signs of raising interest rates any earlier than expected, that could also be a bad thing for other stocks like our banking stocks and high interest hedge stocks that we might have in our portfolios. Okay, let's get into today's stock picks. We're going to start with crypto, and first up is Cardano. StockMo gave his list of the top 8 altcoins to buy now. Cardano is StockMo's #1 altcoin pick. ADA is StockMo's largest holding outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. ADA is still down about 21% over the past month, but that just means it's trading at a discount right now. StockMo sees ADA getting to around $5 by the end of next year. Cardano is already proof of stake, and it has smart contracts. Also, I wanted to let you know that Webull just added ADA prices to its platform. You can't trade Cardano on Webull yet, but it does look like ADA will be added to Webull soon. Next up is Bitcoin. StockMo let us know that Elon Musk came out on Sunday and said that Tesla would resume Bitcoin transactions as soon as crypto miners could confirm that about 50% of the miners were using clean energy. Combined with El Salvador making Bitcoin legal tender, that caused the price of BTC to go up quite a bit over the past few days. BTC is up about 14% over the past 2 days as of the recording of this video. Most of the other cryptocurrencies are rising as well. Next up is Polkadot. This crypto is unique in that it links all of the different blockchain networks such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano together. StockMo thinks DOT is ready to pop. It has been in consolidation for the past 3 weeks. Next up is Ethereum. StockMo said he remains very bullish on ETH and continues to put 90% of all of his deposits into Ethereum. StockMo thinks ETH will be the #1 cryptocurrency, surpassing Bitcoin soon. ETH is down about 38% over the past month, but StockMo sees ETH getting to $30,000 by the end of 2025. Next up is Chainlink. LINK is a decentralized Oracle network that provides reliable, tamper-proof inputs and outputs for complex smart contracts on any blockchain. This allows variable real-world data, such as the changing price of cryptocurrencies or the current weather, to be used in smart contracts. Stock Mode does not think LINK will drop much lower than $20. Stock Mode listed LINK as one of the best 8 altcoins to buy now and gave a $100 2025 year-end price target on LINK. Next up is Polygon. Polygon is a multi-chain scaling solution for the Ethereum blockchain, designed to reduce the speed and cost of the Ethereum network. Stock Mode loves MATIC, but it is currently trending down. Stock Mode listed MATIC as one of the best 8 altcoins to buy now. MATIC should rise as the price of ETH rises, and Stock Mode thinks MATIC will get back to $3. And as you can see, Webull just added MATIC prices to their platform also, so I do expect Polygon to be tradable on Webull soon. Next up is Uniswap. UNI is a liquidity pool for exchanging ERC20 tokens. Stock Mode thinks UNI will outperform most cryptocurrencies, and he listed UNI as one of the best 8 altcoins to buy now. Next up is VeChain. VET is a cryptocurrency and smart contracts platform specifically focused on supply chain management. It allows manufacturers to add sensors, such as RFID tags, to their products that can then record data onto the VeChain blockchain. Having this data on the blockchain means that the data can't be hacked. Stock Mode likes VET because supply chain management has been a hot topic over these past few months, and VET is a solution to some of these supply chain issues. And last we have Monero. XMR is focused on privacy. Monero obscures the public ledger so that external parties are unable to see the amount, source, or destination of a transaction. Stock Mode thinks XMR will get to $1,000 by the end of 2025. Okay, now let's talk about our stocks, and first up is none other than AMC. This is AMC Movie Theaters. Chris Zane said to expect continued volatility on AMC, and I agree. Chris Zane likes AMC under $50. He also said to lock in profits. I agree with all of that. One thing I do not agree with is that Chris Zane said AMC would be a good stock for a new investor to buy. The reason I do not agree is because AMC is too volatile and should only be purchased with money that you can afford to lose. For a new investor, you probably don't have any money that you can afford to lose. You're probably still trying to build up the value of your portfolio. So for a new investor, I would not recommend buying AMC right now. That said, both Keenan Grace and the Traveling Trader showed us the options interest and discussed the impact of a potential gamma squeeze on AMC. They showed us how if AMC closes above $50, that will add another 5% to the number of calls that are in the money. That in turn will force market makers to buy those shares. We're talking about an extra 2.1 million shares that will need to be purchased by market makers. That in turn will push the price of AMC higher. And the higher AMC goes, the more call options that will be in the money, which in turn means the more shares market makers will need to buy, which in turn will push the price even higher. Regarding a possible short squeeze, pretty much everybody agrees that a short squeeze has not yet happened on AMC, or at the very least, it is just now getting started. Now, concerning the Fed reverse repos that a few YouTubers mentioned, just know that this has nothing to do with AMC. This has to do with banks doing overnight transfers with the Fed using US Treasuries. It doesn't actually affect the cash on hand that people deposit with their banks. It's just a tool that the Fed uses to prevent hyperinflation. So it has nothing to do with hedge funds and won't lead to any sort of margin call or run up on AMC. Also, regarding failures to deliver, when you are looking at these numbers, keep in mind that the SEC reports these as cumulative numbers. So if we see 2.4 million failures on May 10th, and then we see 3.6 million failures on May 11th, that means the total number of failures to deliver on May 11th was the reported 3.69 million. You don't combine the numbers from May 10th and May 11th together. Each day, the number represents the remaining failures to deliver from the previous day that were not closed out, in this case, the failures to deliver from May 10th that remain, plus the new failures to deliver for the current day, in this case, the new failures to deliver from May 11th. So the remaining failures to deliver from May 10th plus the new failures to deliver from May 11th equaled 3.69 million. Also, as we can see on May 14th, the remaining failures to deliver was only 126,000 shares. Unfortunately, failures to deliver is very old information and cannot give us a current picture of what is going on. We don't get the data until it is 1 month old. Therefore, failures to deliver can give us insight into what happened in the past, perhaps how many naked shorts there were in the past, but it cannot be used to accurately predict the future. Now, taking a look at the technicals and regarding where I see AMC going over these next few days, if we were looking at this purely technically and ignoring all outside factors, this would be very, very bearish right now. The reason is you've got this huge drop on the MACD, you have a drop on the RSI, and you have the candles dropping, as well as the volume dropping. Now, the one thing that is bullish on this AMC chart is the fact that we remain above the 10-day EMA. Now, of course, we can't look at it purely from a technical standpoint like this because we have to understand what else is going on. And if we do get that gamma squeeze this week, which a lot of people think we will, then we can expect to see AMC continue to rise possibly to new all-time highs, at the very least up to the $72 level. So I'm going to reiterate my $100 price target on AMC, although this week I'm going to give you a $72 price target. Remember that in order to go up in price at AMC, we have to get there in steps and stages. This was one step, this was another step. Now we're going to get the next step up this week. We might get another consolidation the week after, and then another week up. We'll have to wait and see what happens this week before I can give a good prediction on next week though. But I do think this is going to be a good week for AMC, and I do think we'll get up to around that $65 to $70 price range by the end of this week. Okay, next up is BB. This is BlackBerry. Christine recommends buying BB in the $13 to $14 range and then selling once it gets to $20. BB remains one of the most talked about stocks in Reddit Wall Street bets. Next up is CLOV. This is Clover Health. This is a Medicare Advantage provider. Christine recommends buying a little CLOV so that you can take advantage of any run-ups it might have. He recommends selling at around $25. CLOV remains one of the most talked about stocks in Reddit Wall Street bets. Next up is CLSK. This is CleanSpark, and they're a solar energy company. Christine likes CLSK as a solar energy play. CLSK is already up 40% from lows, but it still has a 133% upside back to all-time highs. Technically, CLSK has closed above the 200-day EMA each day for the past 3 days, so it's showing good signs of a rebound. The technicals are pretty bullish, although the MACD histogram is showing some signs of slowing down. I think CLSK would make a good long-term hold, but it's a little choppy in the short term. Next up is FTFT. This is Future Fintech. Christine expects FTFT to continue moving higher this week, possibly up to $6 or $7. He recommends buying at any pullback. I think $6 or $7 is a bit steep, but if we get a short squeeze, it's certainly not out of the picture. Next is NIO. This is NIO, and they're a Chinese EV manufacturer. Christine said NIO is a good stock to buy for a new investor who's just starting out. Larry Jones also compared NIO to TSLA and showed how NIO is up 33% over the past month versus TSLA, which is down 3% over the past month. NIO is taking over TSLA as the EV stock to invest in. Larry Jones also thinks that NIO is going to start manufacturing their own semiconductor chips soon and that they won't be delayed by the chip shortage anymore. Now, the average analyst one-year price target has dropped slightly to $61.10, which represents a 33% upside from Friday's closing price. But Larry Jones showed us that the average price target for the end of 2025 is $181, which represents a nearly 300% upside from Friday's closing price. That said, Larry Jones gave his own year-end price target of $75. Next up is RUN. This is Sunrun. They're a solar renewable energy company. Christine also likes RUN for a solar energy play. The stock is showing signs of recovery, but it is still trading below the 300-day EMA. RUN has a 124% upside potential back to all-time highs. And last we have TSLA. This is Tesla. They're an American EV manufacturer. Larry Jones said TSLA is a buy at any price under $600. ZipTrader said TSLA is still the leader, but that NIO would be a better buy since TSLA is a lot more mature in its growth rate than NIO is. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that video and got a lot out of it. If you'd like to get 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300, that's right, Webull just increased their offer to $2,300, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull's going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. Finally, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon if you haven't already. I hope you guys have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.